Hello you freedom lovers, welcome back. Did you miss me? Because I've missed you. Today we have another mail call video and it's not so good news. This is not clickbait, this is actually serious and it's very frustrating, but let's just get right into it. So today sucks, man. It seems like this nightmare will never end. Today I just got 8 months added to my stay in prison if I don't win my appeal. It's anywhere from like 6 to 10 months. It's bullshit. But anyways, now it's a little complicated to explain because you need to understand how prison works to make sense of what's going on. Number 1, FSA, First Step Act. Number 2, SCA, Second Chance Act. HWH, Halfway House. HC, Home Confinement. 5, Trump. 6, inmate cost, $44,000 a year in prison to $38,000 a year on halfway house or home confinement. Number 1. The First Step Act is a law Trump passed to help get people out of prison and save money. You have to earn it. It's for people with petty crimes who stay out of trouble and follow the rules. Number 2, the Second Chance Act is a law from around 2007. Don't quote me on that, but it's basically what allows you to earn halfway house time to help prisoners reintegrate back into society. Number 3, halfway house is where a person spends the last 6 months to a year of their sentence, depending on how long they've been down, get a job and a place to live so when the FBOP kicks them out of the door, they've got a phone, money, a job, etc. But if you're like me and already have a house, kids, a wife, a job, once you get to a halfway house, they just slap an ankle monitor on you and send you home. Why? Because you already have what you need. They just want to test you and make sure you're not going to re-offend. That alone saves the FBOP over $6,000 per inmate per year since they're not housing, feeding, or dealing with you anymore. It's a win for the taxpayer and you're out there working, paying taxes. Win-win. 4, home confinement is when you're at home on an ankle monitor or probation. But if you mess it up, you go right back to prison for the rest of your sentence. No second chances. 5, Trump is trying to save money by cutting government bloat, and one big way he's doing that is by closing prisons that aren't needed anymore. Okay, now that we've got the basics down, here's how I just got 8 months added to my stay. So recently, under pressure to slash costs, the Bureau of Prisons decided to cut down on halfway house time. Why? Budget cuts. Apparently the price of feeding and housing inmates is getting too high, and instead of doing the smart thing like expanding programs that move nonviolent offenders back into the workforce, they're taking the lazy route and just keeping people locked up longer. And guess what? That means people like me who've earned their time out are getting stuck inside even longer because someone at the top wants to save a few bucks and make it look like the system is running smooth. Trump has been trying to close unnecessary prisons to cut waste, which is smart, but now BOP bureaucrats are playing a chess game to keep those prisons open by slowing down how fast people get out. You see, if people leave and there's no one new coming in, then these places empty out. And when they're empty, they close. Can't have that if you're the FBOP trying to justify your bloated budget. So what did they do? They basically turned off the SCA, Second Chance Act valve. They're saying, you're gonna go home in July. Sorry, here's another 8 months. I was set to go a halfway house, aka home confinement, on 7/23 of 2025 under the Second Chance Act. But now they're only giving me 60 days of halfway house time. That means my release date just moved to 5/23 of 2026. Now look, I was never going to get the full 12 months under the Second Chance Act anyway. The FBOP's been stingy and only given out 6 months unless you've been down forever, but the whole point of the Second Chance Act is flexibility, to let people out when the system's overload. They weaponize that flexibility to do the opposite, keep people in and justify keeping prisons open. So yeah, I was looking at being home by the end of this year if I lose my appeal. Now I'm staring down mid next year. Doesn't sound like much. Try telling that to my kids, try telling that to my wife who's not monetized yet and is barely hanging on. I've told my little girls so many times we'll probably have Christmas together this year. Now I don't even know. Ooh. This is a part that really makes me sick. I'm only in here because I stumbled into a political chessboard with the ATF, and now I'm stuck on a new board with the FBOP being used as a pawn again. They don't care who they step on as long as they're getting their fund. At the end of the day, I do think Trump is trying to drain the swamp and clean house, but this is swamp creatures fighting back. Beer addicts using people like me to keep their jobs and their budgets alive. They're not helping the country, they're bleeding it, and we're paying the price. I live here, so I gotta be careful what I say, but I hope someone gets this in front of Trump so he can see what's really going on behind the curtain. If he wants to shut these places down, he needs to see how the FBOP is gaming the system to keep them open. Anyway, wish me luck. Pray I get home to my family sooner rather than later. Thanks to everyone who's been supporting me. I couldn't do this without you. CRS out. So yeah, that's the news. I hope it doesn't stick, but it's really discouraging. It's like I've been waiting for this year and for the end of the year, and now it's like, nope, not happening. And now I'm like, okay, well, when is it? I have no idea. It's just, I had a plan. All of us girls and me were excited, and now I don't know. My kids were just asking today too, like, when's Dad coming home by the end of the Christmas? And then I had to be like, well, now honey, I'm not sure. And it's disgusting. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, even though it's not so good news, but it still helps get everything out there. If you guys would like to continue to support us, it'll be only tactical fans at myshopify.com, Amazon, Givesendgo, Cash App, all the stuff down below. And we thank you so much for continuing to stick by us and support us. And until next time, guys, peace.